Let me start by saying that air pollution is not a problem only of Guwahati. It is a pan-India problem. 90% of Indian population breathes air which is considered unsafe by World Health Organization. 90%. Only about 10% of the population breathes air which is safe as far as WHO standards is concerned. As far our own standard is concerned, we have a national ambient air quality standard. About 75% of India doesn't meet that standard. 3/4 of India is unable to meet our own national standard, which is a little relaxed compared to WHO standard. So I think our first priority, people are demanding today. I come from Delhi, and Delhi air quality is a crisis. I'm sure all of you must be, looking at television and social media to see what is happening in Delhi. But the fact is, today there is discussion that we need to revise our national ambient air quality standard. My argument has always been, if we are not able to meet the relaxed one, what is the use of making the standard stricter? So we are not here to give you impractical theoretical answer. Ambition is good, but ambition also has to be practical. And that is what we are going to present to you as far as Guwahati Clean Air Action Plan is concerned. So there is discussion in the country to revise the standard. Our first goal, therefore, should be to make sure that we meet our standards. But why we should be worried about air pollution? What is it that should worry us? I think the first thing that should worry us is the health cost of air pollution. Air pollution crisis is also a health crisis. It is not only about environment. It is also about our health and the health of next generation. A group of scientists met together about 3 years ago to develop a methodology to calculate the health cost of air quality. First of all, no doctor is going to give you a prescription that you have died because of air pollution. I don't know how many of you saw the response of the Environment Ministry in Parliament a couple of days back, where the Environment Minister got up in Parliament and said that we do not have any data on number of people who are dying because of air pollution. He was right. Because no doctor will give you a prescription, a death certificate saying this person has died because of air pollution. The doctor will give you a death certificate saying you have died because of respiratory failure or because of cancer. And then someone has to trace back whether that respiratory failure has happened because of genetic causes, smoking, or because of air pollution. So 3 years back, a group of scientists came together to estimate what they called as attributable death due to air pollution. How much death can be attributed to air pollution after taking everything into consideration? And this work has been happening for 20 years. It is only in 3 years back that they finalized the methodology. And then they ran that number to each country in the world. The number that came out of India was that annually anywhere between 17 lakh to 20 lakh people in India, their death can be attributed to air pollution. 17 to 20 lakh people, their death can be attributed to air pollution, which makes air pollution, by the way, the second largest cause of death. After hypertension, air pollution becomes the second largest cause of death. So we should worry because air pollution is killing people, even though a doctor is not going to give you a death certificate saying you are going to die because of air pollution. And about 8 lakh of that death, those death is not because of outdoor air pollution. 8 lakh of those death is because of chulha and the pollution coming out of chulha. cook stove. And mostly women die, about 8 lakh women die because they use polluting fuel to cook food. So indoor air pollution is equally dangerous. We keep talking about outdoor air pollution. But there is indoor air pollution also, which we need to talk about. Why we should worry? Because there is economic cost to air pollution. We lose close to 3 to 5% of our GDP because of air pollution. During winters, tourism in India drops by half. So you see, half of the people who would like to come to India as a tourist don't come because there is air pollution. Our sports activity stops in North India because of air pollution. So there is no cricket match. There was a cricket match in Guwahati, but there was no cricket match in Delhi because of air pollution. So more or less, for 2-3 months, there is no outdoor major event that Delhi organizes because of air pollution. So there is an economic cost to air pollution, and it is about 3 to 5% of GDP. So we should worry because it is affecting our health, it is affecting our economy. It is not a theoretical construct ki khansi ho gaya or sardi ho gaya. That is no more the case. It is now about hardcore health that we all are suffering from. What are the cause? There's a lot of debate happens कि air pollution happens because of car, it happens because of dust. Fundamentally, मैं थोड़ा हिंदी में बोलूँगा, and if you don't understand, I'll translate it. Air pollution is धुआं and धूल. Simple word. It is smoke and dust. And smoke comes from what we burn. And dust comes what we mobilize. So whatever you burn, decide how much smoke comes out. In India, we burned about 220 crore tons of fuel and waste. Each one of us, on an average, burned about 1.5 ton of fuel and waste. Out of that, 85% is biomass and coal. Biomass as a cooking fuel, as a heating fuel, coal in industry and thermal power plant. 85%. So minimum 85% of the pollution comes from burning biomass and coal. 15% is petrol, diesel and gas, which we burn in our automobile. So at all India level, 85% of pollution is coming from burning coal and biomass. Now, no country in the world has solved their air pollution crisis without addressing biomass and coal use. No country in the world. If there's a lot of discussion happening about Beijing, कि China ने क्या कर लिया है? Beijing has done nothing. It has stopped coal and biomass use and moved its vehicle to cleaner fuel, mostly electricity. There are only 3 things. It's not a rocket science. Everywhere, the solution is pretty much the same. California did that. First, London did. London stopped coal use. I'm sure all of you have heard about air pollution in London. Then California moved out of coal and biomass. Then that's what Europe did. That's what Beijing did. That's what we have to do. Air pollution will not be solved by doing small things. It is not possible. So we know the solution. What is required is willingness of government and community to do those actions. And I don't think that willingness is there so far in India. We are quite happy to do small things. We are still not ready to take that big leap that cities like Beijing have done. So we know the solution, but in all of these, people participation is extremely important. Without people's participation, this is not going to happen. Unless and until people demand good air quality, it will not be delivered good air quality. So it's a demand and supply. So we all have to demand good air quality. Let me end by congratulating my team for doing this action plan and thank Assam Pollution Control Board in supporting this. I also want to thank Municipal Corporation of Guwahati as well as 17 departments who came together and gave their inputs in developing this action plan. This is not iFOREST action plan. This is your action plan. We are going to give this action plan to every civil society organization, every government department, everyone, and then hope that we all can come together and take this agenda forward. With this, let me thank all of you for joining us here today. Thank you. Good evening.